Hi. First off, we want to start by apologizing that we haven't been around for a while. We've had a really busy month. She was in San Francisco for a while. I had company in town, and she's sick, so we haven't really had the time to make these videos. But we're gonna get back on track now.
Okay, so starting off, when did we see this? Sometime in January.
January 15th.
January 15th.
Ooh, sorry.
We went and saw Hair at the Pantages, and I had never seen Hair before. It was my first time seeing it. I had no idea what it was about, but I just had friends who were like, oh my god, Hair is amazing, it changed my life. So I went in with really high expectations, which was not a good thing because it didn't live up to my expectations. I didn't feel like it was a show. It felt like a concert. They had audience participation, audience interaction, but it was not consistent at all in the beginning of the show. It was like all audience all the time, but then by the end it just kind of like died down to where the audience wasn't in it at all at the end. I didn't have any emotional attachment with any of the characters. I mean, I could see how someone could be emotionally attached to Claude, but I just personally wasn't feeling it. I wasn't connected. I just really didn't connect with any of the characters at all. I really did enjoy the underlying message of the show, which was very anti-hippie, had a negative view towards the hippie lifestyle, and there were only a couple moments in the show where they actually kind of showed that, like very brief moments in the show, but they did show it, and I think that's, I don't know, I really liked that they had that because a lot of the fan base is hippies, but I don't think anyone catches it. I think it's funny. I rushed the show. I had such good seats. We were row N, and we were in the center. So we were like orchestra center. It was great. It was cool seating, but, you know, overall, I could have lived without seeing the show.
Okay, so the reason we kind of divided it this time is because I have a very different opinion on the show, and I'm going to try not to talk for too long. I saw the show for the first time the same day Audrey saw it. I didn't know much about the show, but I went in disliking the show because I had tried to listen to the soundtrack beforehand, never really liked it. I had a lot of friends that were obsessed with the show, and they kind of just, like, pissed me off in a way because I found that the fact that they all suddenly turned into hippies bothered me. So I kind of went in not liking the show. I was in the season pass seating, which was row H, but off to the right. So I was a couple rows closer than Adriana, but I was off to the side. My first impression of the show was it was really disjointed. I couldn't figure out the plot, and I felt like every song kind of was just introducing a new character. It didn't have anything to do with the show. I felt like the first 30 minutes of the show was like, hi, my name is, and then a song. I couldn't grasp what was really going on. However, I was encouraged to see the show again by my girlfriend, who saw the show a couple times on Broadway. She didn't like it as much the first time she saw it, and then as she saw it again, she started to like the show more and more. So she dragged me back to the theater. We rushed later that week, and we got front row mezzanine seats. Sitting further back, I was kind of able to understand the show better because I took it as a whole image rather than just piece by piece, song by song. The show is meant to be a snapshot of a time period and an experience. When the show first came out, it was contemporary. It was what was happening on stage was also happening in the audience, which I think kind of makes a lot of sense when you look at the show from that point of view, why they don't necessarily, the whole show doesn't have anti-hippie every second because the audience was hippies. It was kind of threaded through the show slightly. I think the show is a lot less about plot and more about the characters and the setting. And I don't think the characters are necessarily supposed to be people that we are emotionally attached to. I think they're more like archetypes. They're introduced to represent certain aspects of the late 1960s, and every song, no matter how short or ridiculous it sounds, adds another layer to this picture that Hair is trying to paint for us. Again, with the idea that Hair is meant to be a snapshot, I think it's much better appreciated when you enjoy the whole show, not song by song. I know it's no longer in LA, but if you catch it in Orange County or if you're watching from another area, go into the show if you haven't seen it before and just watch the whole show before you make an opinion about it. I really enjoyed a lot of the symbolism in the show and the colors in the show, and I may go into that in another video. We don't want to make this one too long. I do have a Traces video coming up.
So next we have coming up, we're going to be seeing 33 Variations with Jane Fonda at the Amazon Theater and John Lithgow's Stories of the Heart at Mark Taper within the next couple weeks. See ya. Bye-bye.
We missed you.